back as the winner of this debate. So I'll just get a mic and pass it through, so that I can get an introduction from the judges. Would you please help me with the mic? This will help us to get to know the people that are helping us shape the future of our youths in the country. And in Eastern Province, we've been trusted this into the hands of the three gentlemen. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. My name is Bernard Njoku. I'm a district manager at Anti-Corruption Commission, and I'm one of the judges. So you are assured that there will be no corruption when it comes to picking the winner.
Okay, thank you very much. That's quite a high profile person, the gentleman we have there, who just mentioned his name, that is Mr. Njoku from Anti-Corruption Commission. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kenneth Matibula. Coming from Absa Bank, I'm the branch operations manager. I'm here to ensure fairness in my judging and hope to get more insights. Thank you so much.
Yes, another high-profile gentleman who just mentioned that is coming from the banking sector. As we speak of finance and deliberate more on the finances, then we get to the third, but not the least gentleman on this panel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Atayawaka Mwini. I am a lawyer by profession, and I argue for a living, so good luck.
Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen that and heard that the panel of adjudicators or judges that we have in place, we have one who is coming from the law background. We have the council as they introduce themselves. Of course, we have somebody from the banking and finance aspects who is from Absa Bank, and the other man who is making sure that in this place that we're in, there is no aspect of corruption that is going to happen. And we have time here. So, with those regards, we have the timekeepers that are behind me. The two gentlemen, would you please want to wave to the crowd to make sure that they know that you are keeping the time? Let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. So, the first speaker, the rules that have been set is the first speaker is going to have 3 minutes. They are going to have 3 minutes to present their points. And of course, the second and the third speakers are going to have 4 minutes. And then in finalizing, we are going to have the summarizers that are going to have 4 minutes to just make sure that they have things put in good place. So this is how the program is going to run for the rest of the day. So a reminder of the theme at hand is that on my right-hand side, we have those that are proposing, which is Chipata College of Education, and the motion is the current policy and the regulations that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance are adequate. Then on my left-hand side, we have Zambia, which is on the opposition side of the current policy and regulation that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance as being adequate. So those are the key areas and the motions that we are looking at. Are we good? Both teams okay? We said, are the members that are willing to listen, digest, and of course see to it that the information that is being given in this day is accurate information that we are looking at? Are we good? Are we ready? Are we ready to make sure that we are going today? We are going to give away one critical aspect of one of the most well-deserving colleges of education in Eastern Province that is going to represent us in Mansa. And of course, hoping that they come with the trophy back to Eastern Province. Let's just give a hand to the debaters as we are about to start. In about 5 seconds, we are going to start our debate to make sure that this event is taken place in the right way and in the right manner with the adjudicators that we have, and of course, the senior people, the senior members that have taken their time from both colleges just to come and sit with us here and make sure that the right things are done. So, are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, our adjudicators are ready, and of course, we are going to have a first speaker that is going to come from those that are proposing. So in that line, we're looking at the first one coming from Chipata College of Education. The panel is set, the podium is set, let the fire burn.
Thank you to the moderator for that wonderful. My name is Peter Stephen from Thy Government Side. For the people, by the people, and to the people. Indeed, a democratic government. Before I put this motion on a silver plate, allow me to put the respect the members of this Linguistic Council, or may I simply say, all diplomatic adequates are highly observed. The motion under discussion states as I quote, technology and digital finance, the current policy and regulation that we have in Zambia are adequate. Being the first speaker, rather than icebreaker, it is my duty, mandate, and the responsibility to define the key terms in the bone of controversy. The keywords in the bone of controversy, ladies and gentlemen, are the following. To begin with, technology. Technology refers to the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industries. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to ratify on the term digital finance. Digital finance involves the integration of technology into financial services. That is allowing mobile banking. Not only that, but also improving mobile banking services online as well as mobile accounts using SIM cards. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to proceed by giving the other definition, which is a policy. A policy is a set of principles or guidelines that govern decisions and achieve a rational outcome. Ladies and gentlemen of this Linguistic Council, allow me to ratify on the term regulation. Regulations are laws or directives that made and maintained by an authority to regulate behavior, or rather, ladies and gentlemen, to ensure compliance with laws. Allow me now, ladies and gentlemen, to give a clear overview of what this debate is all about, more especially, or to be particularly from the government side. Today we gather, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss a pivotal issue shaping Zambia's future, that is the adequacy of our policy. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to continue. This regulatory framework for technology and digital finance, as we navigate the digital and complexities of digital age, it is crucial to assess whether our existing framework effectively promotes innovation, safeguards consumers, and drives economic growth. Our motion, ladies and gentlemen, assess that Zambia's current policy and regulation on technology and digital finance are indeed adequate. We contend that our regulatory bodies have struck a balance between fostering innovation and protecting citizens' interests. Bonafide, ladies and gentlemen, it is my rare privilege to continue by giving you a clear overview of what happened in the past. Over a few past years, Zambia has made significant strides in digital finance. Our mobile money ecosystem has expanded. Online ecosystem has improved, and electronic payment, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen and we have witnessed this happening, because even the opposite side has had evidence, because they are having SIM cards in their phones. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of your time, throughout this debate, we, the government side, will particularly demonstrate how Zambia's current policy and regulatory framework, one, supports innovation and financial inclusion. Secondly, how does it safeguard consumers' rights and data policy? Ladies and gentlemen, how does these regulations and policies of technology and digital finance align with international standards and the best practices? Ladies and gentlemen, let us also be held. 30 seconds to summarize.
30 seconds, Sustain.
All right. First, and how does it foster economic growth and job creation? We look forward to engaging in a constructive discussion and demonstrating the adequacy of Zambia's policy and regulations on technology and digital finance. I rest the case.
Thank you very much. The first speaker from Zambia, from Chipata College of Education, pardon. So we are going to have from the opposing motion, which is coming from Zambia. Sabizia, please. First speaker, come through.
My name is Sinikiwe Kwiba Mariabesa from Sambizia College of Education. On the opposing side, which says, the current policy and regulations that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance are adequate. To that, I say no. To the honorable judges and the protocol here, I'll say all protocol observed. The current policy and regulations that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance are adequate. To that, I say no. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges and fellow debaters, today we gather here to discuss a crucial issue affecting our nation's economic future. The current policies and regulations in Zambian technology and digital finance have some limitations and still have gaps and challenges. With only 44% of adults in population having active digital finance accounts, we are leaving behind a substantial portion of citizens participating in rural areas. The growth of digital financial services has been very impressive, but it is crucial to acknowledge the existing gaps. We still face significant challenges in infrastructure and consumer protection and financial literacy. Ladies and gentlemen, I can stand here and say that and argue that technology and digital finance in Zambia is not yet adequate, highlighting the disparities in access and need for robust regulatory frameworks and the importance of inclusive financial services. There's still work to ensure that Zambians benefit from digital finance. Throughout this debate, we will present evidence and arguments that challenge the notion of adequacy and emphasize the need for improvement in the policies. I submit.
Thank you very much. That was the first speaker coming from Sabizia. We are going to have now the second speaker coming from Chipata College of Education on the proposed side.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that honorable call. My name is Jerry Kapeleko from Chipata College of Education, but before I go any further, allow me to recognize the presence of the following. The panel of judges, I salute. To the chair, I bow. And to the door bouncer, may you ensure that the door is closed so that the opposition does not escape from this August Cup. Or may I simply say, all protocols are highly observed. Members of this linguistic council, allow me, being the second protagonist from the proposed side, to give a more clear picture on the statement that has been earlier alluded to by the first speaker. Members of this linguistic hub, there are a lot of areas that justify the adequacy of the current policy and regulations we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance. These key areas include, number one, we have issues to do with digital services. Both public and private institutions have embraced the delivery of services through digital channels. The financial sector in particular has made significant strides as it aims at, my first point is enhancing accessibility to digital financial services such as access to digital platforms like apps. You can all testify with me here today that the majority of us here are using apps, which is a form of digital finance. We have Zanaco apps. Even me myself here, let me give this as evidence. I have my Zanaco app. May the Good Samaritan pass this evidence to the judge. And allow me also to proceed to my next point, which indicates enhancing affordability of digital services. On this point, we see that the moderate charges placed on every transaction that the person makes. This, I'll give a clear example, which was indicated by most of the banks who visited during our research, as they indicated that the Bank of Zambia is the one which regulates the charges that the people have to receive when transacting. My third point is expanding mobile money services to understand to undeserved areas and rural areas, hence proving the adequacy. Members of this symposium, I don't know, maybe some of us are coming from towns, but as villagers, we strongly believe and know that these people, they have extended their territories even in rural areas. Right now, when we go to villages...
Interjection sustained.
Mr. Speaker, my fellow debater here is saying that...
Sorry, I didn't pass on this. Thank you very much.
My fellow debater My fellow director here is saying that there has been apps that have been installed in our phones. How do those apps work when the government has not put in proper service providers for them to work properly as they should work, providing security also for other people to use them? And then also, how does the government help those in rural areas? Because we've got areas like Paselengwa that do not know anything about digital finance.
Point of defense.
Point of defense.
Members of the House, I wasn't born last night. I was born a very
What digital tech finance is, let's talk about myself. Yesterday we were here. We were supposed to be moderated. Had it been something that was going to be done online, it would have been done easier, but then we were not able to do that because we did not have proper service providers.
Thank you so much. I understand where you're coming from and the point which you are trying to raise. Allow the knowledgeable ones to educate the non-knowledgeable ones by highlighting these important points. I did my TP in Katete district, Katula village. With the government support, you are going to find that it has introduced this curriculum. Upon introduction of this curriculum, even the people in those rural areas, they are provided with laboratories and ICT gadgets. At Katula Day Secondary School, a school which is in a remote area, they are having access to 12 to 23 computers. The learners there are being taught on how to operate these gadgets and use them in digital finance.
Point of interjection sustained.
I also come from Katete district and I did my teaching practice there. I was at Kampame Primary School. I feel like those pupils in rural areas, they are not able to operate digital things. They don't even have the knowledge of digital finance, what digital finance is. Because pupils were even surprised that I have a smartphone, telling me, "Madam, what's that?" Asking me, "Madam, can you even capture us?" Because that school is in a remote area.
Thank you so much. I got your point, Madam Honorable Member, but allow me to make emphasis on this. In the National Digital Transformation Strategy, which runs from 2023 to 2027, there is a target by the government to educate 12,000 teachers in information and communication technology, and one of those people, it is me standing right in front of you, a computer studies teacher who is helping the pupils there in the rural areas to know how to use the technology in digital finance. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the opposition,
Sustained.
Oh, thank you so much, Honorable, my fellow debater. You are talking of the government according to the implementation of technology. Now, you are saying that the government at least need to teach 22,000 teachers. Now, let me say that the government has failed to do that within 4 years. How sure are you the government will manage to do the remaining job in 2 years? Please, can you make it clear? Thank you.
The only
I've not yet finished. Now, 35% doesn't even meet the passing mark of the Examination Council of Zambia. Please, make it clear to us.
It is only for those, it is for those.
members of this linguistic council, if you have 500 cows and you want to kill them, are you telling me that you are going to kill them at one time? No, you are going to kill them one by one. That is the very reason why the government, through digital and finance technology, are trying to sensitize us one by one. Like this program, they can't do it at the same time. No wonder we are having different activities at different times.
Point of interjection, Mr. Speaker. Point of interjection, Mr. Speaker.
As I continue, allow me to talk about this next strategy which the government have put in place. That is to construct towers across the country. You can bear witness with me that... 30 seconds, please.
Sustained.
You can bear witness with me that currently as I'm talking, if you go around Chipata, you are going to find a number of towers which are already erected. Some of these towers are providing 3 services: MTN, Airtel, and Zamtel,
Point
which
of
is
interjection, Mr.
which is
Speaker.
reducing on the cost of construction of these towers.
Overruled.
Apart from that, upgrading of existing towers from 2G to 3G, 3G to 4G network, which is also going to enable the Zambian citizens have access to quality network. With these few unconvincing points, allow me to put a nail in a coffin. Thank you.
We're going to allow the third speaker from Sambizia to come through.
Standing here is Nelly Angulube, coming from Sambizia College of Education. I'm here to oppose on the motion which says the current policy and regulations that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance are adequate. I'm here to say they are inadequate. To the members of the chamber, I salute you all. To my fellow debaters, I salute you. I have some points with me right here, which are from my fellow debater, which was supposed we're talking about the regulation and financial literacy. Many people have argued right now, like, okay, we have a lot of literacy levels in Zambia about finance and digital regulations. I'm here to talk about the inadequate regulatory framework, lack of clear guidelines, and digital leading consumer protection, which simply means when we come to the Airtel, as my fellow debater said, the Zamtel and Airtel networking, or maybe the apps that we have, when you come to see of it, we have a lot apps that we cannot even process because of the networking. When we come to the digital...
Sustained.
Honorable member, you are talking about digital illiteracy on the ground of this country of ours, Zambia. But you can bear witness with me that they say Rome was not built in a day. Even for you to be here today, you began from grade 1. Are you telling us that the steps which you have taken in order to teach the Zambian people are not adequate? I submit.
Point of defense, Mr. Speaker.
Sustained.
Mr. Speaker, my debater there is saying Rome was not built in a day. But in as much as Rome was not built in a day, but they looked at all areas and all angles of Rome. If we look at Zambia, the majority of people that have literacy, that are literate on digital finance, are people in the urban areas, forgetting that we also have people in the rural areas. So I would like a clear view on that. How is it that the rural areas are being left behind and the people in the urban are there? Talk about the urban. A very small percentage of people in the urban areas know about digital finance.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Sustained.
Yeah, I don't know what the honorable member is talking about. I believe these people are coming in town somehow. They don't know how we live in rural areas. Me, where I come from, Sayuri, we know a lot about digital finance. Because there you find even booths from all the networks, Zamtel booths, Airtel booths, even those for MTN are there. Therefore, how do you conclude that us from rural areas, we don't have the knowledge about digital finance, whereas all those services that these people are accessing here in urban areas, we still have them in rural areas.
Point of support, Mr. Speaker.
Sorry,
Sustained.
can I finish?
Speaker,
Because, yeah.
Speaker on the podium.
My fellow debater here says, yeah, we have a lot of network, maybe network towers, yeah. But as in for now, we are going digital because currently we moved from scratch cards going to buying Airtel money, buying Airtel from the phones. Here it is. We'll soon move from the... We'll soon move from the towers and the
Serious point of interjection. Serious point of interjection.
You can go ahead.
Overruled.
We are moving from scratch cards, we go to buying Airtel into your mobile accounts. Here is a typical deep rural area that you need to continue with it.
Point of information.
Sustained.
I like the way the honorable member is coming out because it's likely she is defending our motion here. She is defending our motion because we are moving digital and we are running away from paper.
Sorry, before I was even rudely interrupted, I have a point. Yeah.
Let me clearly indicate.
Podium. Speak
I
on the
have a
podium,
point,
Sustained.
yeah. I was saying we are moving digital, but we have a lot of people who are typically illiterate when we say about digital finance.
Overruled.
We are talking about cryptocurrency. How can you say people in rural areas are being educated about cryptocurrency?
Point of
How can you
information.
say that
Overruled.
people in the rural areas are having cryptocurrency illiterate? Sorry, and the other point that I have is about limited financial literacy, which brings me to the other point that I have, low allowances
Point of
and
information.
digital finance services. We have
Overruled.
we have risks and benefits. Let's say someone wants to build someone wants to build on cryptocurrency. I'm a person who does not know about cryptocurrency, and then someone comes ahead trying to
Point of
bring it up.
information.
People are being
Overruled.
scammed. People are being scammed because of the same things. People are being scammed because the government has not yet done a lot about teaching people who are deep in rural areas, not only saying about rural areas. We have people in towns that do not know about digital finance. We have people in towns that do not even understand what digital finance is.
Point
The
of
other point that I
information.
have is the Zambian Finance Intelligence has reported that 30% increments. 30 seconds, please.
Sustained.
The Zambian Finance Intelligence has reported that 30% has increased digital finance and fraud cases. I can submit to the judges. So we need the government to please highlight and teach a lot of people, not only in rural areas, but also in towns. People are really suffering with the flooding and being scammed because of the illiteracy of digital finance and technology. Digitals. Thank you.
So we're now going to have a summarizer from Chipata College of Education.
You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. Now, ladies and gentlemen, members of this linguistic council, allow me to take you to a place more pleasant than the horizons. Indeed, assembled intellectuals to bodify the panel of adjudicators, may I simply say, all the diplomatical etiquettes in the manner or order of seniority are highly and humbly under serious observation. Now, the chairperson, members of this linguistic council, me being the summarizer, it is my duty, mandate, and responsibility to summarize each and every important factor that was earlier raised by the side government. Now, as being the government for the people, by the people, and to the people, indeed, a democratic government, we took it upon ourselves when we received this discussion. We had to sit down and gather valid insights towards the point under discussion. Now, members, honorable judges, were the opponents and the entire linguistic council. Today we gather to discuss the efficacy of Zambia's current policy and regulatory framework for technology and digital finance. While some may argue that our laws are outdated or rather insufficient, I firmly believe that our existing framework provides a solid foundation for innovation, consumer protection, and financial inclusion. Our regulatory bodies have made significant strides in promoting digital finance, and our laws have kept pace with emerging technologies. I will demonstrate how our current policies strike the perfect balance between promoting growth and safeguarding citizens' interests. Now, members of this linguistic council.
Point of interjection, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, can you please tell them that I'm the summarizer?
Point of interjection, Mr. Speaker.
Summarizer.
Moderator, that was my time, and I think it was wasted. May you please tell the timekeepers to run it up?
Sustained.
Members of this linguistic council, if you were to put the adequacy of technology and digital finance on the other side of the pendulum, and you put the inadequacy on the other side, definitely the pendulum will swing towards the adequacy because of the following points. 1, digital innovation and entrepreneurship. 2, digital services. 3, digital infrastructure. And last but not the least, digital skills. Now, members of this House Linguistic Council, allow me to make known that we should not forget the KYC regulation, which is Know Your Customer, which requires the NRC correct details when to safeguard the monies. And again, most of the people in villages use small phones. How can they access apps limited? How can they access apps with small phones? Now, members of this linguistic council, allow me also to make reference that having a good network is dependable on the kind of phone that you are using. So talking on poor networking, we should also be talking on what kinds of the phones we are using. Now, members of this house, indeed assembled intellectuals, allow me to go to my first point, which is digital services. Members of the house, you will agree with me that both public and private institutions and people have embraced the delivery of services through digital channels. The financial sector in particular has made significant strides in driving digital access to digital finance through, one, expanding mobile money services to rural areas. Now, members of this house, you will agree with me that this expansion of mobile money to rural areas has done two things. One, it has made people who are in rural areas to have access to digital finance, and the other point is it has also drawn job creations. Now, members of the house, Bemba say, Ushitasha mwana wandoshi, to mean that those who are ungrateful are definite children of wizards and witches. Members of the house, even if you are ungrateful, are you telling me that the points I've stipulated so far do not align with the adequacy of our today's policy and regulations for technology and digital finance? Definitely no. Members of the house, allow me to go to my second point, which states digital innovation and entrepreneurship. Members of this house, you will agree with me that digital entrepreneurship and innovation have great potential to drive job creation, human development, and inclusive economic growth in Zambia's economics. This looks at, one, establishing innovation hubs for financial technology startups and entrepreneurs. Now, members of the house, as if that is not enough, allow me to go to my third point, which is digital skills. Members of this house, to reduce digital illiteracy, the policy calls for training teachers. Now, members of this house, the government is planning on training 12,000 teachers. Are you telling me that the government is not doing enough to keep at pace with the current policies on technology and digital finance? Members of this house, opposing to this motion is more like throwing a needle in Lake Tanganyika and expecting to catch a fish, which is really, really impossible. Members of this house, apart from training 12,000 teachers, 30 seconds to lap up.
Sustained.
Members of this house, in conclusion, allow me to say that Zambia's current policy and regulations on technology and digital finance are adequate. Our comprehensive framework, effective regulatory bodies, financial inclusion, and initiatives align with international standards. Now, as they always say, time has never been a friend to humanity. Allow me to ask a very good Samaritan to pass these evidences over to the panel of adjudicators for further adjudication. Members of this house, like I stated earlier, that time has never been a friend to humanity. Allow me to raise my case.
Thank you very much. Let's have the summarizer from Sambizia College of Education.
My name's Flores Chingomapiri from Sambizia College of Education. Sorry, my name is Florence Chingomapiri from Sambizia College of Education. I'm the summarizer. I ride on the protocol that has already been established. In conclusion, while technology and digital finance have made progress in Zambia, our team has convincingly demonstrated that it's not yet adequate. We've highlighted significant gaps. Access to limited infrastructure and digital divide. There is a gap that has to be filled in. Inadequate telecommunication network that hinder access to digital services. My fellow summarizer talked about people in villages are using smartphones. That is because they have no knowledge about smartphone because of digital illiteracy. Here are the highlighted points. Regulation, inadequate consumer protection, and regulatory framework. People are being scammed because of FUD. People are saying that we have enough securities. People are using apps. We don't have enough securities, but because people are being scammed using Airtel money, I was one of the people who were scammed in FUD. Literacy, law awareness and understanding of digital finance services. exclusively exclusion of rural and vulnerability population. These shortcomings undermine the potential benefits of digital finance, perpetuating financial exclusion and inequality. We argue to recognize the inadequacy and join us calling for improvement in infrastructure, regulation, and inclusive services, financial services that can cater for all Zambians. Emphasis, ladies and gentlemen, think of 44% of adults lack technology of digital finance and accounts. Regulatory framework are incomplete and effective. Financial literacy remains at a significant challenge. We can sincerely say that they are inadequate. Definitely no. Adequate means that they should be improved. Adequacy requires more than just progress. It demands inclusive accessibility and effective. Zambia digital finance land is still falls short. Let's strive for more comprehensive and let's strive for more. I submit.
A high noted debate with knowledge from the two institutions and of course the students and the youths of our country showing us that they have the knowledge, and others have also told us that there is a gap in terms of the knowledge that's supposed to be sustained in the country. In terms of finance literacy, technology and digital progression. With those remarks, we've seen Chipata College of Education taking up the motion of the current policy and regulation that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance being adequate. And on the left side, we had Sambizia College of Education, which was saying the current policy and education that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance not being adequate. With those few remarks and the scores that have been taken by our professional judges, will allow the debaters to take their seats with others in the crowd. And after that, we'll get to hear from the judges as they take on the numbers that have been added to see to each say which college is being crowned as Eastern Province and are going to represent the province at national level. Thank you very much. May we please give a clap to them. We can still clap for them. We can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Debates are a very important aspect of bringing information into our country and different aspects of our lives. By doing so, we've seen information coming and allowing students to research and bring more information to ground. With that said, we are going to allow the adjudicators or our judges to make use of the numbers that they've recorded. And by so doing, we also allow the audience to get more questions. If there are questions that are going to come from the audience, we'll take up the questions. Do we have questions from the audience? There are two things that were happening. It's either you're convinced or you're conceived. So we don't know where you stand. So it's either you are confused or you are convinced. So as members that were listening to this high debate, are we convinced with what we heard? Or we are confused? So if we are convinced,
let me get 2 or 3 questions or points. Do we have anyone? Or is it that finance and digital still inadequate in Zambia? Do we have? Is it adequate enough? If it is adequate. So I'll say it again. The motion was standing on the current policy, regulations that we have in Zambia on technology and digital finance being adequate. What's your take?
So, yeah, adequate enough, right?
Yes, please.
So, I would say we are developing. We're developing country. The opposing side, about moving from the scratch cards, going to the, those my direct airtime and stuff. We're developing. So I would say, as a developing country, we're there. It's not like completely bad. We're just maybe the literate level that we have in Zambia,
Okay, thank you very much. We'll also take a hand from Zambezia, on the other side of Zambezia, and let's just hear to what is it? Debates are always interesting to make sure that you get the points when they are being spoken. Please go ahead.
For example, me who've got parents in the village, my grandmother who is 50 or 60 something, she doesn't know how to read or how to operate with the phone, and she has to buy airtime. How do you expect her to read English when she only knows local language?
An interesting point that has been brought about. A grandmother in the village doesn't know how to write English, and yet doesn't even more understand on what is involved in. Don't give to the debaters. Okay, let's have a bit of order. Let's have no debaters. Debaters, your time is gone. It's the audience now. Please pass it to the audience.
Okay, to me, I think it's enough. Let me raise a point of security. There is security because in the past we could move a long distance, putting our lives on risk. Some people could get kidnapped because they had been carrying money to go to the bank for banking. But nowadays, even in the villages, we just go pack a booth, we deposit, then we forget. So with me, the current policies are adequate.
Okay, thank you very much. So that says to it that the Securities and Exchange Commission is really protecting investors and the capital market. With those few words said, let's wait upon the adjudicators and the judges to get the scores that have been put across.
Me, who is from Zambezia College of Education, I still stand saying that they are inadequate. You see, I carry a huge amount of money. Let's say I'm illiterate. I know nothing about digital finance. I take that money to a booth. I deposit that money. Don't you think that I'll be scammed? It's very easy to be scammed. We've got a number of cases of people being scammed. And when, and when you're scammed, when you call Zicta, it's very easy for them to ignore you. And you don't even know how to do the reversal. You don't know what to do to reverse your money.
Okay, thank you very much. That was from Zambezia. Okay, we'll get another member from the crowd. Okay, one last member from the crowd. Then we'll allow SEC to give a comment on that. One member, please. Yes, please, go ahead.
I think there is enough security in digital finance because even in mobile money, they are putting up pins, and a person can get scammed unless you reveal your pin to someone.
Okay. With those remarks from the two institutions, we thank you very much. We are now going to hand the mic to Securities and Exchange Commission. Please pass the mic to... Kindly pass the mic to Ms. Dingase. Okay, let's hear from Dingase, please.
Let me stand here. So that's... first of all, thank you very much. and well done to both teams. I think you put up a very good fight, and that fight was to put through points that are really compelling, helping us to learn, and we are created as smart investors. I think that is the whole point. The whole point of this is to make all of us become smarter at how we use technology. So technology is here, and it's here to stay, and it is here to help us. It is a very positive progression in the financial markets. And what we want you to know is what I will say right now about this aspect of digital finance. So we want you to be responsible as you use financial technology. Of course, mobile money is also riddled with a lot of scam. There's a lot, and I think regulators are on their feet. They are trying as much as possible to prevent this scam from happening, but it is almost impossible. That is why we have to speak to people to use this technology responsibly. I think I heard somebody say if you review your PIN, yes, that is the one. The first step, you don't review your PIN. And you don't. In investing, I come from the world of investing, we are saying be a smart investor. Don't be rushed. Why should you be rushed to invest your money? Do your due diligence. Take time to understand what this is all about. How does somebody offer you money from nowhere? They don't even know you, and ask you to actually deposit some money before you can withdraw what you have won. Did you participate in that competition to start with? So you just get excited, I've won some money. Somebody's telling you you've won money. How? Were you there? Where did you participate? So you must ask all these questions. Be your own police. It will be hard to chase somebody we can't find. And that's the problem that regulators are having, is that in digital finance or technology, is that these people are nowhere. They have no abode. They can't be found somewhere where you say, no, I used this company. It came through internet. And regulators must start chasing against almost like a ghost. They're difficult to find. So it is yourself to be responsible and prevent the scam or prevent yourself from being defrauded. So we are saying a smart investor will take time to be informed when making investment decisions. Don't be rushed. Even in the context of today's fast-paced nature of investing. And these are professionals. Investors are actually defrauders, are professionals at what they do. So they want you to make very quick decisions. No, just do it now. If you waste time, or in an hour, in the next 50 minutes, sometimes there's a timer ticking. If you take longer than this, you lose your prize. It happens. And then sometimes we're looking at others. We are comparing ourselves to others who may be our influencers. Maybe they are on Facebook. They are living a certain life and they are promoting a product. For them, it's commercial purposes. Somebody's paying them to say what they are saying. And you think that it is cool. And you go on and invest depending on what they are saying. So take time and research. Then we want you to know how to distinguish the legitimate versus inaccurate sources of information online, which could also be, is this company, you simply ask, are they regulated by any regulator? Because those who are regulated are checked. There's a lot of background work going on with regulators working with a licensed, there's checking of how they are actually safeguarding client money. We know that they are taking deposits, for example, if it's MTN, if it's Airtel, or any, they are actually managing client money. And we don't want that money to be commingled with their own money. So there's regulations that are stipulating that they put in custody investors' money. So that if anything, even if they went under, that money will be seated somewhere with another custodian. And then after all is done, and they are able to pay you back. So do check if they are regulated. Very important. Understand new possibilities that are arising with the technologies, okay? Such as artificial intelligence, AI on the smartphone is following us aggressively. And other digital features like gamification and metaverse. Others for the way they invest, but is aware of, or smart investors are aware of any potential negative influence on their actions due to behavioral biases, okay? And then recognize the inherent risks associated with practices under digital finance. I think that's the key messages that we want you to come out with. Yes, regulation is happening, and it is because it has to. Innovation helps us increase financial inclusion, access to products. So when we increase access to products, we increase financial inclusion. But the argument is that sometimes it's actually exclusive because financial literacy levels are low. And all the arguments that were brought out, that there is now efforts to increase financial education through the financial sector regulators, national strategy on financial education to lift everyone. That is why we're even here. All these are efforts towards increasing financial literacy. So this is the good news. I think slowly, slowly we are getting there. And like I said earlier, we have to create a new ambassadors. Go and talk to grandma, okay? Grandma won't know, but you can help grandma in one way or another. And some of them are brilliantly akin to these things that are coming up if they become comfortable around them. So we are creating even what is known as an ambassador program, and I hope some of you will apply to become capital market ambassadors. We want people in rural outskirts. We want teachers. We want just anybody who's interested. If you have participated in this debate today, you can actually apply and tell us that my interest has come after I participated in a debate, and I think that I can help to further undertake maybe community programs that are teaching, are letting people about these possibilities, and also being careful about how they uptake the products that are being offered to them. This Capital Markets Ambassador Program, the advert is running. Check our Facebook page. If you are interested, please apply. We are interested in at least taking up 5 people from each province as a first cohort. We will have you trained to understand more about the capital markets and the various opportunities that are there, and also check on you on how you can further send out the messages to people. So there will be a support system, a framework is being developed to help just to go further into our country outskirts to undertake to increase our financial literacy levels, which we agree that are very low at the moment. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope, I think very soon we shall know about the winners. Like we said earlier, everyone is a winner. I just came to make sure that you went out with the key messages that we want you to take out of this topic today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those encouraging words. That is it been mentioned that the whole objective of coming together is to make sure that knowledge is shared. Not really a competition, but we want to share knowledge. We both coming from colleges of education, and we are going to be commissioned to go and teach and share knowledge. And by sharing knowledge, we are going to have aspects where there will be a negative and a positive aspect to anything that comes our direction. And by doing so, we are here to make sure that we have knowledge, and that knowledge is going to be shared. So as we wait for the judges to put up the numbers, maybe we'll get to listen to 1 or 2 tracks. Somebody was assigned to do that, please. We can do that. Please. Yes, please. Play 1 track as we wait for the adjudicators as they're putting up the numbers. So be reminded that we are going to be announcing the winner of this debate, and the winner of this debate is going to represent Eastern Province at national level. One song,
Zambia
please.
capital markets,
Thank you very much.
such as issuance of a corporate bond or selling some of your shares via a stock exchange. Capital markets offer access to affordable long-term finance. If you would like more information about how you can access funding using the Zambian capital markets, get in touch with your preferred stockbroker or designated advisor, duly licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators of capital markets in Zambia. Ensure to check the validity of the license. This advert was brought to you by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators of capital markets in Zambia. Do you need to raise funds to grow your business? Have you considered some of the options available in the Zambia capital markets, such as issuance of a corporate bond or selling some of your shares via a stock exchange? Capital markets offer access to affordable long-term finance. If you would like more information about how you can access funding using the Zambian capital markets, get in touch with your preferred stockbroker or designated advisor, duly licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators of capital markets in Zambia. Ensure to check the validity of the license. This advert was brought to you by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators.
Just started out in your adult life? Sooner than later, you'll be getting married, having children, and you will need a home. Be smart by saving and investing for your key life events. The Zambian capital markets offer you an opportunity to invest in shares, bonds, and collective investment schemes such as unit trusts. If you would like more information about investing in the capital markets, ensure to seek professional advice from a stockbroker or dealer or investment advisor duly licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ensure to verify the validity of the license.
This advert was brought to you by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators of capital markets in Zambia.
Mommy, guess what? I want to be a doctor or a pilot or an accountant.
You want to be an accountant or a doctor? But all those things cost a lot of money, baby.
Actually, Mom, my teacher said that the Zambian capital markets offer us an opportunity to invest in long-term financial products, like stocks, bonds, and collective investment schemes.
Yeah. You see, Mommy? You see? So, if you start to save and invest some of my pocket money now, you can help me be anything I want to be.
Vanavanga, that's why we sent you to school, ka? So, Sunny, tell me, where can I get more information on this?
Well, if you would like more information about investing in the capital markets, you have to get professional advice from a stockbroker, dealer, or investment advisor that's licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. And ensure to check the validity of the license.
This advert was brought to you by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulators of capital markets in Zambia.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do next is we are going to award the best speaker. We are also going to award the second best speaker. So we just want to appreciate the best speaker and the second best speaker. In terms of appreciation, there will be some awards that are going to be given to them. So
when the team is ready, we are going to ask a person that is commissioned not to lie and make sure that the results come the way they are, to come and give the results. I might change the results because I'm not commissioned to do that. I can tell a lie, and I've not signed any oath or raised any hand to say I will not tell a lie in my life. So I'll allow somebody who is straightforward. So I'll allow the Anti-Corruption Commission manager for Eastern Province to come through and give the results for the debate that was being so heated up. When you are ready, sir. So it's about that time that we wait to hear the results of the winner of the debate between Chipata College of Education and Sambizia College of Education. Please come through, sir, so that we get the results. We get the best speaker and the second best speaker. Can you kindly connect for me the mic on the podium? Okay, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone, once more. It's been a great day. We saw debaters here debating, and they did put up a very good show. Personally, I enjoyed. Did we enjoy? Yes, it was a very great debate, and I didn't know that these two teams could debate like that. I think going forward as ACC, we'll come up with a motion and see you guys also debate it. Amen. Okay, so I guess everything that goes up must come down, and the bed has now come down. Before I get to announcing who the best and second best speakers are and who the overall winners of the debate are, there are just certain things that we notice as judges. Maybe we can call them lapses that maybe could have contributed to people not being best speaker or second best speaker. Amongst those, these are general, so we're not pointing out any specific individual. So generally, some people were not confident. We noticed some people were not confident. They were debating with hands behind and hands here and pockets. It was a show of no confidence. We also noticed some were reading the debates. They were constantly reading what they were giving us as an audience. Now in debate, that may not spur confidence. We also noticed some were not giving us gestures. You know, gestures are very good at convincing an audience. Even politicians, when they want us to vote for them, they use gestures. Right? So gestures are a way of convincing an audience. So where there are no gestures, people may not really be confident of what you are saying. So gestures are one way of ensuring that you are convincing to an audience. Also, we noticed some were not giving eye contact. If you are reading, then there will be no eye contact between you and your audience. Remember that you are speaking to the audience, not yourself. So if you will be focused on a piece of paper and you are reading the entire time, it means your audience is going to suffer the lack of eye contact. So these were just amongst some of the issues that we had noticed. So when it comes to the best speaker, I think I'll go with the second best speaker. So the second best speaker of today's debate got a total of 240 votes. That is out of 400. And is no other than Elijah Banda. A big hand. I'm told there's a present to be given to Elijah Banda. There's a brand new car parked outside. Have we seen it? There's a brand new car parked outside. Elijah Banda, do you have a driver's license? Maybe we could have the gifts in front so that as they shake hands, then the winner is given their gift at the end. This is a gift. Okay. So the second best speaker, Elijah Banda, may you come through to collect your prize. As you collect, you can pose for a photo with a... That is Elijah Banda, our second best speaker from Chipata College of Education. A big hand for him once more. Thank you, Elijah Banda. The best speaker of the debate got 260 points out of 400, and this is no other than Rejoice Ayawali. Congratulations, Rejoice. That is Rejoice there posing, the best speaker of today's debate. A big hand for her once more. The second best, or the runners-up for today's debate, got 44.16%, or we can simply say they got 44% out of 100. So the runners-up for today's debate got 44%, whereas the winners got 56%. The winners of today's debate are no other than Chipata College of Education. Congratulations, Chipata College of Education. You can come up front, Chipata College of Education. That is a team that is going to represent Eastern Province during the national debates. That is our team that is going to represent the province in Lusaka. Thank you very much for the great performance that you've put up today. A big hand for them once more. Thank you very much, our high table. We do have some gifts for the people that made this debate possible today. We'll start with the principal, Chipata College of Education. Someone is receiving on his behalf. Thank you very much for the support. Principal also, Sambizia College of Education. And the vice principal also for Chipata College of Education. Thank you very much for making the debate possible today. To Sambizia College of Education debate team, tough luck. There's always next time. I'm sure we are all happy with the results. Are we? If there's anyone who's aggrieved with the result, the Anti-Corruption Commission has a toll-free number in case you want to report a case of... That is just on a lighter note. I think, moderator, you can come and take up your space. Thank you very much.
Okay, as we mentioned earlier on, we had a panel of judges that are professional, who understood the assignment, and they've delivered the results as accordingly. So at this point, we'll ask if we can all raise and just sing one line of our national anthem as we close. Someone to lead, please. My voice is on the receiving side of the national anthem. Someone to lead. Land of work and joy, unity, victors in the struggle for the right. We won freedom's fight. Oh, one strong and free is our own motherland, fashioned with by best by God's good and blessed.
Our gracious and loving Father of heaven, we want to come before you this afternoon to give thanks and honor to your holy name. Thank you for the program that you've allowed to happen in this manner. We pray you go before us and after us, protect us from all plans and snares of the devil. We pray that one time again we meet in this same accord. It's in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, we pray with us in the heart. Amen.
Amen.
So we'll allow the debating teams. First behind there is a drink and snack for us. And let's also talk to each other as we walk out. Let's get to know more of each other. Very important to get to know each other. So thank you very much. It's been a wonderful event. And of course, as usual, I announce my name.